This is the new UHQR pressing of Elephant by the White Stripes. And before I get to the question, I'll kind of tell you my analysis of this. I am adding this to the library. Let me tell you something. It starts off with the song Seven Nation Army. And if you've been to a sporting event or just lived life, you've heard that song. But when the kick drum comes in on this pressing, it's just so well recorded and executed. I understand that when they recorded this album, they did it all analog in the UK on old equipment, and the way that they bounced tracks around, and they gave the kick drum its own track. But his guitar and the drums and his vocals, this is an audio, dare I say, wet dream. You start off with Seven Nation Army, you go into Black Math, and then There's No Home for You. I Just Don't Know What to Do with Myself is side B. Then it's Cold, Cold Night. I Want to Be the Boy to Warm Your Mother's Heart. The fourth song on side B is You've Got Her in Your Pocket. Then it's side 3. It's not side C. So you've probably heard that song 100 times also. Then The Hardest Button to Button, Little Acorns, Hypnotize, and then it ends with that kind of little thing about It's True That We Love One Another, which is Meg and somebody else singing to Jack White. It's a cute ending for it. Here's my question for everybody is, if you could wave a magic wand and have UHQR do any album that you wanted, what would you want them to do? I made a list here in my phone, just kind of thinking about this the last couple days. I would love to hear them do Purple Rain by Prince. If they could, I would love to hear Alice in Chains Facelift or Dirt. My preference would be Facelift. It's my favorite Alice in Chains album, but Dirt would be amazing also. AC/DC Back in Black. Like, it's hard to get a good pressing of AC/DC Back in Black if they did. Can you imagine? What about Chicago? Anything by Chicago with those horns? I know a lot of people like Steely Dan, but for me, I would prefer Chicago personally. What about Jellyfish, Belly Button, or Spilt Milk? Either one of those albums. If you're not familiar with Jellyfish, just give those albums a listen. But sonically, they're incredible, but all the vinyl pressings are garbage. They're thin as paper and not well pressed. It's even the radio ones that they released just for radio are thin and not that good. Massive Attack Mezzanine. What if they did Massive Attack Mezzanine? Could you imagine? Put in the comments what you would like to see UHQR do, and don't put any limitations or think about, oh, well, this record company would never allow them to do that, or they don't have the masters for this. I do think you kind of got to keep it in the realm of analog. I don't think you're going to do a Bon Iver album. They'd probably have to remix it, I would guess. But fun conversation, just an idea. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be checking out the comments.